Fellas, today I'm going to be earning all trophies to unlock Platinum for Expedition 33. There's a total of 56 trophies, consisting of finding all journals, beating all super bosses, climbing the endless tower, and more. This took me 57 hours to do, and I'm covering it all in 39 minutes. This game is a turn-based RPG, but while enemies attack, you have the chance to dodge or parry them. Like, I'll block these two hits thinking, man, this is easy. Then out of nowhere, Bathrobe Man pulls out a gun and robs me. Okay, that part didn't happen, but I really do like the parry system. The game deserves all the glaze, from the story, the music, the gameplay. Sam falls out here collecting the Infinity Stones of what makes a great game. I'm going to be covering most of the game's main story. You also get trophies for completing the main levels, and there's 16 of them. Overall, the game was a great experience, and I'm taking my time with this one. But this is Platinum for Expedition 33. The game opens up in the beautiful but broken city of Lumiere with our main character Gustav just throwing rocks out in the distance. That's his thing, he likes to throw rocks. Oh my god, that's where they film Rush Hour 3! He's hanging out with Mayel, he's kinda like a brother-father figure to her. They're talking about the homage that's about to happen, and how this will be his final chance to talk to Sophie, Gustav's ex.
After 4 years apart, what do I say to her on the day of her homage?
The game doesn't tell you upfront what exactly is the homage and why the city looks like this, but from exploring the town and talking to the people, you learn bits of it. So I went into this game not seeing any of the trailers. I just knew it was a turn-based RPG with great music and that the main character looks like Robert Pattinson. So the idea I got from what the homage was initially was a group of people were going away forever and they're even throwing a festival to celebrate this. Are they like retiring or something? I was very off. There's something called the Paintress everyone's afraid of too. Gustav's ex Sophie's a part of the homage. They ended things years ago but still have feelings for each other, and this is her last day here. So they spent their last hours together exploring the festival and engaging with the people of Lumiere, like Trash Can Man and life enjoyers.
Come on, you've been listening for too long now.
Now the festival's fun and lively, however, we must stay focused here. Because in this prologue, you could potentially miss 3 trophies. A peculiar encounter, connoisseur, and follow the trail. A peculiar encounter requires you to defeat this mine in Lumiere.
Gustav, help!
I'm not gonna lie, he was whooping my ass. Oh, what the fuck? I ended up getting the Spill the Ink trophy by breaking an enemy. Pretty much just beat an enemy until this yellow bar reaches the max, then use a break type move to stagger them. Then I got another trophy for defeating the mine in Lumiere. This mine also gives you a music disc, which you need to collect all 33 to earn a trophy. Later in the festival, we get an old key from this person. It opens up a door later in the game with a journal log behind it, and you have to collect all journals in the game to earn a trophy. If you miss this key, you're cooked. You can't get this trophy. I actually didn't know about this key, but naturally I just explored and got it on accident. Thank God. My thought process with these types of games, if I don't check every corner or talk to every person, I could miss out on getting like ultimate weapon or something. You humans might be interested in a very special weapon, Excalibur, the sword that surpasses all swords and shoots lasers. See, if I didn't talk to him, I wouldn't have gotten this. It's a stick. Anyways, the homage happens, and I soon learned this wasn't a retirement party. Visuals are great, oh my god. Dude, they're getting Thanos snapped. I didn't think they were gonna get Thanos snapped out of existence. I thought they were just like leaving. We learned 67 years ago something called the Fracture took place, destroying and teleporting a chunk of Lumiere to the middle of the sea. The Paintress, this godlike creature right here, lowers the number on the monolith by 1 every year. Whoever's this age or older dies. Dude, we were just talking to a lot of these people before they got Thanos snapped. Like Trash Can Man, he just turned 33. He thought he could hide from the Paintress in this trash can, and now he's dead. Pour one out for Trash Can Man.
To all of our fallen homies.
Once a year, Lumiere sends these expeditions to the continent trying to stop the Paintress. None of them have succeeded. Oh my god, we're doomed! There's been many expeditions. We're on Expedition 33 now, and Gustav and Mayel are part of it. Now, anyone could go, but most of them who do are the ones who are about to homage. But that doesn't mean Expedition 85 had like 80-year-olds trying to fight the Paintress. The 80-year-old shanks his hand violently. The next day, Expedition 33 sets sail to the continent, and I earned a trophy for embarking on an expedition. Everything seemed to be going fine, you know. They were just partying the other night, the morale was high, we got a speech that we could do this.
Let the stones of her monolith crumble. Let her body lie at the end of the world, unable to paint another death.
We could do this, guys! Yeah! Yeah! Then we landed on the dark shores. Who's that guy?
You're old.
What did you say?
Everything went wrong.
Go back!
They got spawn trapped, and it hasn't even been 30 seconds on the island yet. This takes us to Act 1 as Gustav wakes up in the Spring Meadows, and this man is going through it. He was very optimistic about this expedition at first, then some old dude who survived the Gommage unalives his squad, then he finds stacks of bodies from previous expeditions and prepares to Persona 3 himself.
You do that, we both die.
One of the surviving expeditioners, Lune, shows up and inspires Gustav to move forward.
Just a matter of time before we're already dead. Look around, look.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Okay, she didn't say that, but reminds Gustav of the expedition's motto.
When one falls, we continue.
She's like Adler. We got a job to do. She's like a sorcerer, I think, and she's the logical one of the group. She even flies when you play as her. Protocol says if something goes bad to meet at the Indigo Tree. This first level is beautiful. It throws you through the basics of the game, and you fight these hostile creatures called Neverons on the continent. The combat in this game is really fun. I grew up on turn-based games like Legend of the Dragoon, Final Fantasy X, and I actually got platinum for the remaster. It was absolute hell. I have PTSD till this day. So you have your basic attacks, which you gain AP from, and you could use that AP for abilities, or you could enter this free aim mode shooting enemies. Gustav pulls out a gun.
Break yourself.
You could dodge and parry attacks and basically never get hit if you're good enough. You also get perks in this game, like your free aim has a chance to burn an enemy, your basic attack does 50 more damage, and over time you can add a lot of these perks making really cool builds. I made Lune have a bunch of free aim shots hitting the third form Frieza attack. You get a trophy for each party member by doing a specific thing in battle. Like for Gustav, you have to charge up his prosthetic arm, then use the overcharge skill to break an enemy.
For those who come off.
There's 5 more of these for me to do, but I didn't do these till later in the game. Eventually, we cross paths with a friendly Neveron. There's 10 of them in the game you could do a mission for, and finishing all of them earns you the aiding the enemy trophy. You could also just murder them.
What is this option? You can kill them?
But if you murder them before finishing their quest, you can't get the trophy anymore. So I was thinking outside the box. I helped them, then I unalived them. I will later regret this decision in my playthrough. We make our way to the Indigo Tree, meeting our third party member, Leo. Somehow he survived the beach massacre, and he...
Oh shit, he's fucking dead.
We came across the first boss, and after styling on him, we get to the Indigo Tree.
There's a message on the wall. Took Mile to the weird corals. Head north. Look for a door inside a hut. Who would have written this? What if it's a trap?
Lune says this is suspicious for many reasons. Gustav wants to follow this because this is the only lead they have finding Mael.
Protocol is to regroup at the rally point. There's a reason.
Protocol doesn't cover
There's
every contingency.
There's
You
a...
know that.
He keeps interrupting her. And then Lune and Gustav kind of just argue a bit.
We have a mission.
Oh, fuck the mission!
I got a trophy for finishing the Spring Meadows level. This brings us to the open world part of the game. Oh my.
Holy shit, dude, look at the map. It's so big. It keeps going.
The group makes their way to the Flying Waters. We can earn the Painted Cage trophy here by destroying 3 of these distorted objects. Doing that destroys this cage, and you get a trophy for breaking your first one. We find the hut with the door in it the message was talking about. Inside is a manor filled with mystery and secrets. And also a very interesting theme song.
Who is playing that? Why does this go hard?
We find Mael just chilling in this room.
That one person, she's alive. I forgot about her.
She tells us she doesn't remember how she got here, but this friendly guy helped her out. What the fuck is that? Wait, what the fuck is that thing? This is the curator. We have zero idea what it is, but it's chill and helps us out on our journey. Exiting the manor, we meet this friendly gestural named Noko. Gestuals are these dumb wooden brushes that love to fight and do the most random things ever. There's even gestural merchants that will sell you items, but to get their best items, you have to fight them for it. Dude, I just gave him an ass whoop and he's like, ah, yes, good fight. We don't have a ship anymore to Sales of the Paintress, but Noko tells us the chief of the gestural village could help us with that. Oh my. We get to the boss of this level, and I had to put my controller down because this music was bumping. We beat the boss, and Mael has a moment trying to connect with the Neveron. Anyway, I got a trophy for finishing the Flying Waters level. In this game, there's this campsite, and there's a lot of things you can do here. Like talk to your party members, upgrade weapons, there's a gramophone here you can play music in. I also earned a few trophies here by upgrading my weapon for the first time, consuming a Lumina point, and witnessing an optional cutscene. So the game is telling me to go here, but how can I when there's so much to explore? I ended up finding my way to Gestural Beach. There's 5 of them in the game, and all of them have different mini games. Beating all of them earns you a trophy. So I decided to work on this one. I like how we go from Gustav's whole squad just getting murdered, and then he was about to unalive himself. Now we're just like, oh, Well, time to play Wipeout. If you reach the end, this Gestural will give you a swimsuit, and if you answer his math question correctly, he'll give you another one. If I were a 2-year-old human, at what age would I go maj? 17. I definitely didn't look that up. You're probably right, I can't count anyway. Here, take this for the ladies. Do you have more? You think I'm some sort of professional swimsuit maker? I am. To get to the Gestural village, we have to cross the ancient sanctuary. It's guarded by a bunch of Gestrals who think we're Neverons.
Oh, fuck. Hey, we're not Neverons!
And they attack the group with this contraption called a Sakapate? The fuck is that?
If you guide us to your village,
He's like Rocket.
Okay, how much for the arm?
So I made my way through the forest, beating up Gestrals and defeated the boss. They were so impressed by our fighting skills, they guided us to their village, and I got a trophy for completing the ancient sanctuary. We make our way to the Gestral village, and this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's filled with goofy interactions and lots of references. You could tell they had fun making this. He's doing the thing. This is fine. I also got a fancy new haircut here with Gustav. As I'm going through the story, I'm trying to find all the music records and journals for the trophies. Normally, I don't care to read the journals in games.
Look at all these words in this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling this.
But these ones are pretty interesting to read. Most of them come from previous expeditions to give tips for those that come after. Like we learned Expedition 69 is the reason there's these climbing ledges throughout the game. We also learned this dude from Expedition 52 got beat up by a Gestral during a sparring match.
What the fuck kind of friendly fight was that? I'm gonna die here, aren't I?
The way he dies. Everyone has such useful information that this is what you left. We meet the village chief Golgra. She tells us SGA can help us cross the sea, but we need a password to get to him. Golgra will tell us his password if we win this Gestral fighting tournament. So I just beat up a bunch of these poor Gestrals.
I really just felt like beating old people.
In the final battle of the tournament, we come across a surviving expeditioner, CL.
you guys, you're alive.
But then I had to beat her up to win the tournament. We win the tournament, CL joins our party, and we go over the depressing events on how we arrived here.
Well, I woke up next to a waterfall and...
We can talk later.
Yo, he just interrupts. Dude, the music stopped and everything. After winning, we get the password.
Get out of my way!
The password is get out of my way.
And I get a trophy for completing the Gestral village. Back at camp, somehow time freezes for Mael, and she's face to face with this masked girl with burns.
Alicia.
Yo! No, I'm getting PTSD from that cane. We learn her name's Alicia, and she's accompanied by the old dude who murdered our team on the beach.
You're only going to make things worse. Now take your friends and go home. Let them spend their final year in peace. This is your only warning.
He warns us to go home, but of course we don't listen to him. We head on over to SGA and use the password.
Get out of my way!
Yes. No. It's the password.
I am very sorry.
He's just trying to apologize.
Golgra told us that.
We finally meet SGA. He's goofy and actually the strongest being in the world.
SGA is that powerful?
But also lazy.
He's more than happy to help us cross the sea. But first we had to find his rock.
One of my rocks. Flory helps me swim.
But his rock was stolen by his arch nemesis, and he's not just anyone. He's one that shakes the foundation of the world, the one known as...
Francois.
Let me guess. Francois is located deep in Nevron-infested territory.
He's right next door. Over there.
Oh.
So Francois is this little rock turtle, and we try to steal the rock back from him.
You're here to steal? Oh my word! Over my dead body!
Francois uses the strongest ice attack ever. Wait, what? We get the rock, but it turns out to be the wrong rock.
He got me good.
The real rock we're looking for is in the Stone Wave Cliffs. Now we gotta go there to find a rock. I actually got 2 trophies here, one for completing this level and another one for acquiring SGA. Now we get right on top of them in the overworld. The group makes their way to the Stone Wave Cliffs. Dude, what the fuck? After some time exploring, we beat the boss, found the rock, and now we can finally travel the sea.
We can finally cross the sea.
She doesn't seem that far now, does she?
Yeah.
Being so close to the Paintress now, they decide to chuck a rock at her, because, you know, that's been their thing the whole game.
Like I always say, it's not about the rock. It's more about...
Yo!
Run.
The old man pulls up and leaves a hole in Gustav. Yo, he really gave him that Future Trunks treatment. They got a hole in him. They got you fighting this dude on 1 health. Nah. I've seen this before on Crisis Core. Dude, why did I choose this outfit?
For those who come after, right?
Oh, this is okay. This is where he gets a power boost and beats him. There's no bullshit power-up boost. He doesn't turn Super Saiyan 3 and magically beat the old guy. He fucking dies.
I'm sorry you're caught in the middle, but I did try to warn you.
Before the old dude can finish off Mael, she's saved by this stranger.
It's been a while. Don't get to come back now and interfere.
We can see that these two have a lot of history together. All the stuff that they're saying is kind of cryptic to us right now.
You set us down this path, but are you ready for the consequences?
The stranger tells Mael to go to her friends and he'll handle this.
Yo! What the f is what?
I did not see Gustav's death coming at all. They fake you out so hard. There's Gustav right there. You got the whole squad right here. We didn't even meet this person yet. I was like, man, I can't wait to unlock these other skills for his skill tree. That was a lie, you don't. As the group is mourning, the stranger pulls up and hands them Gustav's prosthetic arm. He tells the group he was with the first expedition, and at some point, some of them stopped aging, like the white-haired man Renoir.
Our commander. He believes his immortality is a gift from the paintress. Killing her would kill him too, and he enjoys living forever.
You can kind of tell the stranger's withholding some information, but he also wants to take down the paintress too, so he offers to join the team.
What's your name?
Versa.
Damn, you know Gustav's actually dead when I could use his weapons with this guy. We're now in Act 2 playing as Verso. I got a haircut. There's a new song that plays in the open world area and it slaps. For Verso's combat, he has like a double May Cry ranking system. Whenever he lands attack, dodges, or parries, the rank goes up a bit. And whenever it goes up a letter, the damage increases. Reaching the S rank for the first time got me a trophy. Also, there's a relationship system in this game where Verso could bond with each member in the group.
Verso, mon ami.
Esquier, mon ami. I feel like I haven't seen you in years.
Wait, they know each other? You get a trophy for each party member you max a bond with, but you can't max the bonds till later in the game. I know the group is mourning right now. Gustav's death took a toll on them. But it's time to play another Gestural Beach game.
This looks like fun. This looks like a waste of time.
This one has you playing a friendly game of volleyball with baby Gestrals as the ball. It's okay, they consented. The Sakapate launches baby Gestrals at you and you have to deflect them back to the ship. I became a master at deflecting baby Gestrals, truly learning the art of avoiding child support. There we go. Verso tells the group the fastest way to get to the paintress is through the Forgotten Battlefield. And there were tons of dead bodies here from previous expeditions.
These are all expeditions?
A single Nevron took out most of them.
Is it still around?
Most likely not.
While making their way through this level, Mael breaks down.
Everywhere we go, just death. Death and more death. Gustav's dead. How can you keep going like nothing happened?
You know what we must do when one falls.
Damn, she didn't even want to finish the slogan. Remember the strong Nevron that wiped out most of the expeditions here? And then you said to not be here anymore? Guess who shows up? It ambushes the group and dishes out some wild combos. Dude, can I play yet? Are you done? So Ciel can apply something called Foretell to an enemy, and consuming it does more damage. And I got a trophy by consuming 20 Foretell on a single enemy during Twilight mode. After being the boss, Verso shows the group a place where they could put Gustav to rest. Rest in peace, Gustav. Rest in peace. And I got a trophy for finishing this level. Back at camp, Verso tells the group that there's a barrier protecting the paintress. Anyone who crosses it gets erased. Except for Expedition 60. We learned from the journal notes, there's just a bunch of jacked people. They didn't wear armor at all because it slowed them down. And they just walked through the barrier because they were that jacked. But we're not built like that, so we have to destroy the paintress's heart to destroy the barrier.
Where is this heart? What does it look like?
That I don't know, but I do know that it's somewhere in the center of Old Lumiere.
You found old Lumiere?
Before we go to Old Lumiere, we need more help for this mission. So we go to recruit Verso's friend and the best character in the game.
Ladies, could I interest you in a duel?
Minoko is a goofy gestural that can speak our language and has one of the most funkiest themes I never would have expected in this game. So Verso and Minoko have a history. We learned that they tried going to Old Lumiere with another group, but failed.
To what do we owe the pleasure of your company?
We're heading for Old Lumiere.
Okay, bye.
Hey, come on.
I will never join you again.
There will be a lot of fighting, though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's true.
There will be a lot of fights.
Exactly.
Count me in then.
Just like that, Minoko joins our party. I get a trophy for unlocking all playable characters and another for completing this level. Nice. For Minoko's fighting style, he collects feet. Yes, feet.
I just need the foot. Aha!
By collecting a Neveron's foot, he can transform into them and use their abilities.
Don't ask me how it works. I've never understood.
There's a trophy you get for collecting all skills from Minoko. You collect them from defeating enemies with this icon while he's in your party. So I have him in my party the whole time, just so I can get as many feet pictures as I can. I also went to another gestural beach. This one has you playing only up. There's kind of a parkour system in this game, and this was pretty fun to do, until you fall. No! Oh my fucking god. But after some time, I finally reached the top. Finally, yes! You gotta be fucking kidding me. There's more. There's fucking... Oh my... I think this took me about an hour to do because I kept falling. Eventually, I did reach the top and partied with a bunch of other gestuals and got the ultimate reward. I got a Speedo. This is a 10 out of 10 game. The group makes their way to Old Lemire. Minoko tries to clear a path but overdoes it. And it separates the group.
Friends, I beg your forgiveness for landing us in this quagmire.
Now I'm running around the city as Mayal being chased by Neverons. Fuck off. Remember that old key we got a while back in Lemire? Well, it opens up this door in Old Lemire and we get a journal from it. Anyway, Mayal stumbles upon this manor.
I knew you'd open the door for her.
Really, Verso? This was your plan?
For some reason, this person opened up the door specifically for Mayal. Verso's plan was to use Mayal for that, but it failed.
You haven't told her the truth, have you, son?
The gang regroups and we fight Renoir. Oh, this music is so good! I can finally damage him! But it isn't enough. The whole squad's exhausted and Renoir is barely breaking a sweat.
Is that all you got?
Everyone all right? Minoko?
They killed Noko! Why don't you accept who you are?
Time freezes, Alicia and Mayal meet again. And they kind of just stare at each other. Then she kind of just pieces out and disappears with the manor.
Where did it go?
Fuck!
And I get a trophy for completing this level. After that, there was a lot of questions. Who is this? Why did they open the door for Mayal? Why did Verso call Mayal Alicia? The gears in my caveman brain were slowly turning. That Mayal and Alicia are somehow connected, but I'm not sure in what other way than they just look alike. This happens a lot of game where we'll hear like a lot of cryptic dialogue or Mayal sees some foreshadowing events. They do drop a good amount of information for the player to piece everything together, but I'm going to talk about this more towards the end.
The Painter's heart was in that manor, and now it's gone. We have no way to access the monolith.
Lune finds Expedition 58's journal, revealing there is another way by destroying these powerful axons.
What are axons?
They're massive creatures living on islands around the monolith.
Extracting 2 of their hearts and giving it to the curator, he could craft a weapon that breaks the barrier.
I can't die, and I still couldn't take them down.
With no other way, we go to fight the axons.
We should start with the one to the west of the monolith. It's already been weakened by previous expeditions.
Or we embrace the challenge and pick the one in the east.
Did you listen to what I just said?
Did you hear what I said? Stop listening after you said we need a plan.
But before we do that, I increase my bonds with some party members.
But I'm also weak, so the weak balances the...
I'm a bit, wee-woo myself.
Your words cut deep.
I got a trophy for reaching level 33.
That's the number of our expedition.
I also got the professional trophy by beating the boss while taking no damage. Anyway, the group makes their way to the first axon.
Dude, what the oh my fuck? Dude, why?
The first one we take on is this island with these floating masks, and the boss fight for this is pretty sick. CL pulls a Persona 5 ripping off the boss's mask, and I earned a trophy by defeating the first axon. The group makes their way to the second axon. This place is really cool.
Oh my god, look at this.
Is she the axon?
Silen, she who plays with wonder.
This axon could appeal to your emotions and make you see what you miss the most.
Nah, dude, she's showing goof stuff. In Noko too?
Out of the 2 boss fights, I think I like this one the most. The music, the visuals, the attacks. The whole presentation of this boss fight was just great. After unaliving this boss, I got a trophy for beating the second axon. The curator forges the barrier breaking sword. And now we can finally fight the Paintress. We do 0 damage to her. The Paintress shows up and opens up a portal taking us inside the monolith, and I got a trophy for it. As you climb higher in the monolith, it takes you through previous levels recounting your journey.
This is cool, I like this.
Along the way, you start seeing memories of the Paintress being told.
Inside her mind. These are memories.
Nearly reaching the top, one hurdle remains. By far, this is one of my favorite main story boss fights. It just hits.
If saving you means losing you, then so be it.
Oh, dude, why does this gotta go hard? He attempts to avenge me? Dude, what? No!
I didn't realize, but the guy who sang Bury the Light also sings in this too. Needless to say, it goes hard. After some time, the curator appears and helps finish off Renoir. Climbing to the top of the monolith, we finally reach the paintress.
Alicia, your face.
Alicia's your daughter.
And Mael reminds you of her.
She's not Alicia.
You are not my Verso.
No, Verso's dead.
There are so many questions right now, and my caveman brain is just going crazy connecting the dots. But first, we gotta beat the paintress.
You will not take this canvas from me.
He rips reality? Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? What?
After a very long battle, the paintress stops fighting for some reason and heals you.
Dude, wait, she's healing me.
The group defeats the paintress, finally putting an end to the cycle.
Let's go home.
The group heads back to Lumiere celebrating their victory.
Okay, fuck it up.
But then Verso pulls out a letter written by Alicia, revealing the paintress was the one trying to stop the Gomage while the husband was behind it the whole time.
Your mother paints life, whilst your father, death.
So what happens now that she's gone? Everybody gets Gomaged.
What? Huh?
We're now playing as Alicia in the epilogue, waking up in this familiar manner. Time to explain everything. This is the Desandre family. You got the mom Aline, the father Renoir, the children Clea, Verso, and Alicia. They have a power to bring a canvas to life, like Mario 64 when you jump in a painting and it's an entire world in there. People who can do this are called painters, and there's another faction called the Writers Guild. They got some beef going on. I don't know what it is exactly. One group's like, oh yeah, we like to paint our feelings. Another one's like, oh yeah, we like to write out our feelings. You know, something like that. One day the Writers Guild sets the Desandre's manor on fire. Verso saves Alicia, but in the process gets unalived. Aline is struggling really bad with this and goes to grieve in Verso's only canvas he painted. And this canvas is where the game takes place in. These people are real. In the canvas, Aline paints alternative versions of each family member, like the ones we've seen throughout the game, including the Verso in our party. Entering a canvas turns you in this Super Smash Bros. Looking statue, and the longer you stay in there, the more damage it does to your body, and eventually can kill you. Renoir tries to get her out of there because what it's doing to her, but she doesn't want to leave, and this causes them to battle in the canvas, causing the fracture. The aftermath is Renoir is trapped under the monolith while Aline is on top of it, preventing him from erasing the canvas, which is the Gomage. Each year she gets weaker trying to hold this off. She leaves a number on the monolith warning the people of Lumiere how long they have left. But the people of Lumiere thought she was the one responsible for the Gomage. I mean, shit, I would too.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
Painted Renoir had the desire to protect the canvas, so he'd unalive expeditioners trying to fight the paintress. Clea tells Alicia to be useful and help get Aline out of the canvas so they can destroy and move on with their lives. Alicia enters the canvas, something goes wrong, she forgets all of her memories of the real world and is reborn as Mael. There's more details of this revelation, but I ain't covering all that. This was definitely one of the biggest what the fuck moments. I had to sit there and process this. What comes after this? We're in the epilogue now. Nothing comes after it.
Act 3? There's an Act 3?
Mael finally gets her memories back and she finds Verso. The crazy part, he knew what beating the paintress would do to this world.
Your father was right to erase everyone is better this way. It was killing our mother.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of valid. We finally meet the real Renoir, and I ain't gonna lie, he's kind of dripped up right here. Mael wants to keep Verso's canvas because she grew attached to this world, but Renoir wants to destroy it because he knows Aline will never stop coming back to the canvas unless it's gone.
After all that with your mother, you want to stay.
I'm not going to lose myself if I stay.
I know full well you will, and I am not doing this again.
Honestly, that's a valid reaction. He was locked in the joint for 67 years under the monolith. Renoir's like, okay, Mael, it's time to leave. And she's like, no, f you, I don't want to. Anyway, the squad escapes Lumiere and I get a trophy for it. Mael repaints the group. They're kind of mad at Verso for holding information, but they decide to work together to kick Renoir out of the campus.
Time for the greatest expedition in history.
So then Mael repaints an army of expeditioners to fight in the final battle. But first, I decided to do a few things, because now we can reach the max bond with our teammates. Boom. There we go, see y'all done. Also, we can fly in SVA now.
I can fly! He can fly! He can fly!
For one of Minoko's missions, we had to bring Noko to this place that brings Jeshel's back to life. Golgra's there and tells us there's a queue and we can't cut in line.
Golgra, I demand a trial by combat.
Do I have to participate?
Please help me.
Oh my god, dude, why is she hitting me like Orion? After beating Golgra, I got to level 66, but we didn't really beat her. She says it's time for a squatting session and she just leaves.
You're just afraid of losing.
Minoko, please, shut up.
I like Minoko's bond the most. You're just hanging out with an old homie, rekindling a long friendship.
Now come over here and let's snuggle.
What? This hits a lot harder when you realize Minoko is based off his dog in the real world. Woo! There's a trophy you get for discovering all of SVA's abilities, like swimming, flying, and I'm missing the rock that lets him go underwater. We learned that Francois has it, so we beat him up for it.
Great. Take your rock and scrap!
I got a trophy for learning all of SVA's abilities and maxing out his bond. In Miles' bond, she meets with Painted Alicia in this dungeon where the third Axon lives, and this dungeon's pretty cool. It's an optional one, by the way, but Painted Alicia challenges Miles to a duel. Wait, is her weakness fire because she got burned in the man of fire? Oh no. Painted Alicia makes her peace after the duel and Mael paints her. We learned that Versa was watching Mael over the whole time she's been in the canvas. Like he saved her on the battlefield, he left a message on the tree, and also he let Gustav die. Wait, what? Wait, he let Gustav die? Wait, what? You could either lie or tell Mael the truth about his death. If you do lie, you don't get the trophy. Versa let Gustav die to ensure her resolve to go after the paintress. I get a trophy for maxing out Mael's bond and also one for finishing Lune's. I also started to work on the aiding the enemy trophy by finishing all the Neveron's quest. The most difficult one was you have to parry this Neveron's attack 15 times in a row. It did take too long, but I did kind of struggle with this. And when you finish all of them, you talk to this Neveron to collect your reward. Unless you murdered the Neverons. Remember how I said I unalived a few of these Neverons and I'd regret it? Yeah, this guy didn't like that I did that to his brethren, and now he wants to unalive me. I'm very underleveled for this fight, and he one-shots me. Luckily, most of his attacks are easy to dodge. My strategy was to leave Verso at 1 HP and use this skill that does more damage the less HP you have. And eventually I do beat him, finishing all side quests. It's time to finish the story, so the group heads on over to Lumiere. This song has me in a chokehold. Oh shit, wait, they actually help? They help? Well, yeah, look, they're actually battling. He's parrying. The group confronts the real Renoir for a final battle. Oh my god. This has to be game of the year, right? This is another great boss fight. The visuals, the music slaps. And at some point, Aline comes back into the canvas to help the expedition fight. Renoir unleashes his power. Oh, hell no, he's about to do some crazy shit. God damn! The disrespect on him, holy fuck! In the end, Renoir shows the group what the canvas is doing to Aline.
This is what I see every day.
After Versal's death, he can't stand to lose any more family. Miles says that's how she feels about this world if the canvas is destroyed.
I can't lose them either. I don't want to lose you either.
Basically, Mael asked if she could stay at the playground a little bit longer, and Renoir is like, okay, fine. And he leaves the canvas, and I get a trophy for reaching the end. But wait, this isn't the end, and we learned Mael was lying and plans on dying in this canvas, leaving Verso to make one last choice.
I'm sorry.
Entering the strange portal, he finds the last bit of Verso's soul painting away on the canvas.
You're tired of painting, aren't you? I'm tired too.
This whole time, Verso's been conflicted because he does care for this canvas, but for the sake of his family and self, he decides to end it.
It's time to stop painting. I'm sorry.
No, wait, what? They make you fight? Decide the fate of the canvas? Fight is my fight. Dude, wait, they're making us choose? Huh? I sided with Verso and destroyed Mael. I wasn't gonna do him dirty like that. Siding with Verso, he says goodbye to his friends.
I will miss you guys.
Except for Lune, she hates his soul. Just kidding, he doesn't have one anymore because he erases the canvas. Now the Desadre family begins their healing process, and Alicia sees her friends one last time. Choosing Mael would keep the canvas alive, and she repaints back old friends. Dude, it's fucking Gustav! He's back! But in doing so, she turns into the paintress herself and does the exact thing her mom was doing, staying in the canvas. Oh my oh. This is the bad ending. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. I couldn't cover everything because I didn't want to take up too much time, but it was an absolute masterpiece. Alright, time to clean up the rest of the trophies, starting with the Jeshel games. I only have to finish 2 more. One I had to climb this wall, reaching the top while they drop fireballs on me. There's no, oh my god, dude. And for the last one, I had to beat this course in under 38 seconds. There we go. Gestural games. Woo. There's a few optional bosses you can beat to earn some trophies. I was strong enough to beat a few of them, so I defeated Sprong, the Chromatic Petanque, and I also fought this giant lamp snake, and we learned the snake actually ate Verso before. This boss would suck up your AP and then just bang his head.
Finally, I killed this damn snake. That's payback for eating me so many times.
I also got 3 trophies for doing specific things in battle. Like for Lune, she generates these elemental stains that enhance her skills when you consume them. And for a trophy, I had to consume stains 4 turns in a row. I finished Biel's and Minoko's as well. There's a trophy you get for finding this Gestral's lost kids. Your cooking must scare them away. How about I cook your face? There's 9 of them scattered across the overworld. Finding them all earned me a trophy, and I also got a reward. You found some of my kids. Now I can go back to my one true passion. Being the worst parental figure I can be. Wait, he gives you a picto for fleeing instantly? There's no way. Is it because he left his kids? There's a trophy you get for maxing a weapon's level, and for the final upgrade, you need this item called the Perfect Chroma Catalyst. Luckily, our boy Trash Can Man left one for us in this trash can before he gomaged.
During my time in this trash can, I found a rare treasure. I am trusting it to you now.
Oh my god, there we go. Thank you, Trash Can Man.
You're too good for this world.
There's a few trophies that I can knock out pretty easily, like using a level 3 gradient attack for the first time, solve the painting workshop mystery. Eventually, I found a lot of Minoko's skills but one, and I had to fight this enemy called the Gross TT, but defeating him, I got the last skill for Minoko, earning a trophy. There were a few trophies I needed left for Platinum. I decided to take on the optional boss, Painted Clea. Beyond the door lies a threat unlike anything you've ever felt before. Do you wish to open the door? Yes. One last time. Are you sure? Do you want to open the door? A little lore on this. Elaine made this painted version of Clea, and the real Clea hated this so much she painted over her face and trapped her in this flying fortress, and forced her to create the Nevrons we fight throughout the game.
This is gonna be tough.
Her combos are absolutely crazy when you see it for the first time.
Dude, what the fuck? Oh my god, I need to fight back.
In this game, you can make your character very strong, but I didn't look up any builds in my playthrough. I just want to see what I could make. The only thing I did look up was where to get this certain weapon from Mael, but I wasn't too overpowered when I fought Clea. I just barely defeated her on my first try, and I got a trophy for it. Throughout my playthrough, I found most of the journal notes and the music notes. There's only a few I had to look up. The last music record I needed was the one you get for beating the Endless Tower. There's 33 different fights here, and they can be pretty tough if you're not prepared. The last fight is Renoir and the Paintress souped up. It took me a couple tries to beat them together, but I got a trophy for completing the Endless Tower and another for collecting all 33 music records. I needed 3 more trophies before I get Platinum. Reaching level 99, finding all journal notes, and defeating Simon. I reached level 99 by beating up this poor Gestural merchant a bunch of times. To get the last journal note, I had to defeat Simon.
We wish you turn back. I sense something powerful down this path.
You eagle dive off this cliff and it feels like you're falling forever. Reaching the bottom, Simon's waiting for you.
Simon, we joined Expedition Zero together. Looks like you met Clair. I'll lay you to rest, my friend.
People were saying this is one of the toughest bosses in this game. Oh, that was it?
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on!
My love, these foes are beneath you, who have fought heaven and earth and subdued giants.
Yes! Yes!
Rise, your enemies await.
Oh shit, he got another form. This dude has a second form and holy shit does he hit. Dude, I'm already dead. On top of his crazy combos, once per turn, he can lower your party members to 1 HP and also remove knocked out teammates from the canvas. Over time, I did learn how to dodge some of his attack patterns. I've never leaned more forward in my chair trying to dodge some of these attacks. Holy shit. I was getting so close to beating this guy. Then his phase 3 kicks in. Expedition removed from the camp. How do I dodge that? What?
That's the neat thing. You don't.
Getting into a certain health, he removes your entire team from the canvas. You can't dodge it, and it forces you to fight with your reserve team. The issue is, my backup team is shit. It is possible to just one-shot him before this even happens, but I didn't want to look up any builds. So I had to go to the laboratory and cook up some builds for my teammates. There's a lot of ways you could go about doing this, but this is what I decided to do. I use Verso Lune to put as many burns as I can on him, while CL buffs the team, and pray we get to phase 3. Oh my god, yes! Alright, get in there, reserve team, get in there! I use Minoko's 3rd level gradient that breaks any enemies and triggers them into a stagger state. Mael will then finish him off using a move that deals more damage the more burn someone has. Please! Please! Yes! Yes!
you!
I get a trophy for defeating them, and another for collecting all journal notes, and finally for unlocking Platinum and Expedition 33. Let's go, Platinum! This wasn't a hard platinum, it just kind of took a lot of time. I started working on this on like the 25th, and I finished it like almost a month later, and then on top of that, it took me like a couple weeks to actually edit the video together. My timeline just looks like a skyscraper right now. But if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and let me know in the comments. You know the game was good when you're just sitting in the menu after beating it.